Well, look, go right into that. Let's go ahead and finish this off. We already have concluded. I think everybody is pretty sure Georgia's going to be one of the teams. And to enable it to keep my host on here, I'm going to say one of the other teams is Michigan.
All right, no, so I agree wholeheartedly. I agree wholeheartedly. Of the rest of the Power Five, Michigan has Ohio State's number.
Hey, Andrew, are you saying different? You're not saying Michigan in the Final Four?
I am. My four, as me and Alex have talked about it before, and I think I'm sticking with it. Sorry, I didn't realize the floor. Okay, sorry. I'll go Georgia. Number 1 takes on number 4 LSU. I have LSU coming out on top only because of the offensive weapons, and I think Jaden Daniels will actually be able to prove himself to be a first-round quarterback in his senior year. I have number 2 Ohio State taking on number 3 Florida State, with Ohio State smacking them in the mouth, 44-24. Sorry, Mr. Ben Cornett. And then I got Ohio State playing LSU in the title game with the Buckeyes taking it by 3 points.
Ooh.
This is not the Georgia fan in me. This is just me watching Ryan Day and what he's done at Ohio State. You must be out your goddamn mind, man.
Agreed. Wait. Let's be clear. They came a field goal away from beating you guys in that game.
I am aware of that. But Ohio State has the tendency to, you know how when you go out to dinner and your food comes out and it looks really good and you haven't eaten in a minute and you might eat a little faster than you normally would, and a piece get caught in your throat and you Ohio State, I can't even get. I keep saying every time there's a buck. They keep doing the thing, and they keep choking.
Maybe we shouldn't trust a first-year quarterback.
It's not a first-year quarterback because I've seen first-year quarterback. I mean, Justin Fields was not a first-year quarterback when he got there, but it was his first year in their program, and he shined. But it's their coach. It doesn't matter how much talent you have. It still comes down to the coaching. If your coach can't find a way to motivate, if coach can't find a way to motivate you, unless it's an uber dumbass mistake you made out on the field, like the guy from Florida that took the shoe and threw it 50 yards downfield, I can't put that on coaching. That was a dumbass decision. If your coach can't figure out a way to game plan to beat the team from Ann Arbor, okay. If your coach, I'm just saying, bro.
They were still in the opportunity to get to the Natty championship, and I mean, I don't just think I get what you're saying. I just don't think that moment played into the fact that like they were. If they kick a field goal in the CFP, we're talking about something completely different. And
I'm 100% with you. I'm 100% with you. But again, let's roll it back a bit. Ohio State had Georgia's number most of the game. All of a sudden, the fourth quarter, the comeback started. Ryan Day, as a coach, had no answer for that defense, for his defense to shut down our offense. Yep. That's on the coach.
Well, and
because the comeback. Hold on, let me finish, and I'll give you the floor. Because the comeback that took place allowed Georgia to be in a place that, if it came down to a scenario such as of kicking a field goal, that it could potentially be blocked.
Yeah, but this is the best team in football in Georgia by far. So can't we say that Kirby Smart just maybe got the guys ready and game plan to get past it? Because Ryan Day was able to come back on that last drive.
Go ahead.
I'm not taking any. Go ahead.
I meant before me. Go ahead, Alex. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you guys off.
Yeah, I can piggyback exactly off what Anthony's saying about Ryan Day, because you look at the last 2 years of the Michigan-Ohio State games. It was neck and neck going until the fourth quarter, and then we blew the doors off them in the fourth quarter and win by 20 points both years. But that was a single-digit game going into the fourth quarter both years. So I think he gets the guys ready to go, but he doesn't make the adjustments to win these big-time games late.
So that's where I think that the coaching aspect of Ryan Day comes back this year. I think it's a toss-up between the Michigan, obviously, Ohio game. Like those two games right there, or that game right there, being whatever team wins goes and probably gets the second overall seed. Because this could also be Michigan at number 2 as well. Because I have Michigan at number 5 at the end of the year. I have Washington at 6. I have Alabama at 7. And I'm missing one more, but I have them at 8. USC. Sorry. I do think USC could get in there, but I think there's one deciding game. And then if they lose towards the end, they start falling off because Caleb's just going to be like, I'm just getting ready for the NFL playoffs. Or NFL kind of. I don't care what anybody's saying.
If that's the case, then would you pose a question where if theoretically Michigan beats Ohio State,
Michigan wins?
Would that be the knife that's in the coffin for Ryan Day at Ohio State? Like, would that?
Yes.
3 in a row? Yeah.
Yes.
And now, 1 and 3.
Yes. Yeah. Now, the other side I wanted to point out, just for
you better believe it, them boosters will want him out.
Yes. Yep. The Ohio State game, like Ohio State, Michigan, the only reason I think that Ohio State actually has a good advantage coming up this year is because the quarterback and wide receiver duo have played in high school together. And I think that translates at least to the college level. And I think if this quarterback, and I'm forgetting his name, it's Brown, right? Will Brown?
Well, it's either Brown or McCord. They haven't decided yet.
Yeah, but if it's Brown,
I actually think it's going to be McCord. But
okay, fair. And if it end up being Brown, I think Brown ends up giving them a best advantage because of the chemistry that he has with Marvin Harrison. And I think that if you beat Michigan and you go all of a sudden to the national title game, you all of a sudden solidified yourself at least a top 3 round pick, kind of like the Sam Bennett's of the world and everybody like that.
And see, that's the interesting part about that, because Jim Harbaugh and Ryan Day's jobs are really kind of based a lot on their success, that game. Because 2 years ago, we were talking about Jim Harbaugh in this same light. Are they going to let go of Jim Harbaugh? He's going to the NFL. He can't beat Ohio State.
They restructured his contract ready to fire his ass before that season that he beat Ohio State. Yeah. They were packing his bags before the start of that season, and then he turned it around, beat Ohio State, and now he's essentially immortalized in Michigan. He's like the second best coach. Like, it's switch.
Now to back up to answer back to the question I said about Georgia. Now, would you say, Alex, that Michigan can now probably reclaim the Big Ten and be the top dogs of the Big Ten?
Oh, I absolutely do. The only team that scares me in the Big Ten this year is Penn State. Ohio State does not match up well with us. We are way too physical for them. It's the same thing when they go and play the teams down south that play physical. Ohio State can hang in for a bit, but when it gets time that you've been beat up for 3.5 quarters, they shut down. Yeah. So I mean, Ohio State's still an elite team. I'm worried about them in that sense. But stylistically, I'm not worried about Ohio State. Penn State is the team I'm worried about this year, and that's the team that if 2 Big Ten teams are going this year, it's Penn State's either the first or second one.
Yeah. I really wish Michigan played Penn State in the whiteout game. I wish that was...
No, I am so freaking glad we don't. I am so freaking glad we don't.
Because having
Noon
Michigan
kickoff, please.
whiteout game, that's top tier.
You would not hear from me that day. I just a hideout. Not being Sean. I'm not doing the show today. I'm just
right. I'm not going to do it.
In my little bubble, and I ain't predicting that game. You kidding me?
All right. So, Alex, what is yours? I'm going to go to you, Alex, then Alec, then Anthony. What is your CFP prediction?
So are we doing who wins the semis and who wins the natty?
Yeah, just the way Andrew did it, yeah.
Okay, so I got Georgia 1, Michigan 2, Notre Dame 3, and FSU 4.
Ooh, I like that.
I have Georgia over FSU.
Wait.
Michigan over Notre
I'm sorry.
Dame.
He's smoking the good stuff, Anthony. Let's be real here, okay?
Wait a minute. I thought I heard you broke up when you got to number 3. I heard 1 and 2 clearly. What was 3 again?
The Fighting Irish.
Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Yes, sir.
The who?
You look at that. Notre Dame could still get in with 1 loss this year because of the schedule they have. If they lose, like Eric was saying earlier on the show, if you, for example, like I have them doing, beat Ohio State, beat USC, they both got to come to South Bend. Those are both wins I've got predicted. And if you lose by 1 score to Clemson, that you could still be a playoff team.
Mm-hmm. What my question for you is before you move forward, isn't Notre Dame still kind of rebuilding their program? Are they still rebuilding, or are they saying that is it projected that they're going to really come out of the gate swinging this year?
The roster was good last year. They just didn't have a quarterback. Now you get Sam Hartman, massive upgrade. He's borderline top 5 quarterback in college football. So you massively upgrade there.
I'll reserve judgment for when, like I said, when it's pad on pad. I'll reserve judgment until then.
Because here's my thing: Sam Hartman is much better than Drew Pine was last year, and I'll pull up. They played all 3 of those teams last year.
Still went 9-4.
Lost to USC by a point. Beat Clemson by 21, and lost to Ohio State by 11 with a massive upgrade at the most important position. Ohio State downgrades at quarterback. USC doesn't have the defense to match up now that Notre Dame actually has an offense. And Clemson with Cade Klubnik can go either way.
Right.
Well, USC
and then beat an SEC team in the Gator Bowl.
Yeah, they beat South Carolina.
Don't talk about the Gator Bowl.
Swamp Kings, baby, which is a great documentary, ladies and gentlemen. You have to watch it.
Yep.
Alec, what? Did you?
And then so I got Michigan, Georgia in the Natty. Georgia 3-peats.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good game, but they're still just better than us.
So for my top 4, I have 1 Georgia. For number 3, I have LSU sneaking in there some way, somehow. 3, I have Michigan. And 4, I have.
So you have SEC 1 and 2?
Yeah, I have 4th. I have. I'm just gonna say it. It's probably gonna burn me, but USC. Based off last year, like there's always that Pac-12 team. Like if you look at USC schedule, they're gonna sneak in there somehow to make their they're just gonna be the kings of the Pac-12 this year. Like I'm gonna give it full credit for them. Now, do I see them getting past LSU? Past what's it called?
Georgia.
Past Georgia? No, I don't. I see Georgia trouncing them, humbling them the way most Pac-12 teams get humbled in the big moments. And then I have for Michigan, LSU, I have Michigan, and then again, like Alex said, Michigan, Georgia 3-peats. I'm only giving USC that credit because there's always that Pac-12 team that sneaks in. It's all about it's always like if you look at because usually the college football playoffs things starts in November, right?
The rankings, beginning of November, I think.
Halloween.
Usually where Pac-12 teams somewhat show up, and then they usually decline. But judging by the back end,
play each other.
Yeah, that's when all the elite teams start going at each other and they cannibalize the conference.
Right.
And most people say, "Oh, why don't you put Oregon in there?" Like I say every year, we will have a good beginning of the year, but towards the end of the season, when it counts, somehow, some way, we'll have a 24-point lead, and then after halftime, shit goes south so fast. I just can't explain it. It happens every year.
Yeah, I'm never texting you mid-game again. I know I did that one time. I was like, "Damn, you guys are killing them," and then you were just just wait. And I was
like, I told you,
sorry,
Johnny. I can name I can name drop a lot of people that say it, like Alex, Johnny. A lot of people say, "Oh, why do you bash your team?" Look on the screen and look at the halftime report, and then look at the post game. We always fumble.
The reason I say you bash your team is because you talk about a 9, 10, 11 win team like they're a 7-win team. It's
just if you look at on paper, they shouldn't be in the situations that they are. It's just all comes down to coaching and how they come together in the final moments and somehow blow a lead so fast. The game against Ohio State in the national championship, I wholeheartedly had zero hope in that, mostly because of suspensions, injuries, and people were like, "Oh no, you'll give Ohio State a run for their money." Yeah, how that turned out. This team is they're good when like beginning of the season and come to original form second half. They're like the Clippers of the NBA. Go off all season and then choke in the big moments.
And
It's rinse, wash, repeat every year. So
I can't do this. Look, Alec, I can't let you bash your team anymore. Okay,
I'm not bashing. It's like
I quack you, and I've had to deal with that all off season. All right,
no, like I'll
you guys are the Atlanta Hawks of the NBA, at least. Come on now.
Like I'll admit they're a great
Atlanta.
team. Like they're a great team on paper. Don't get me wrong, they're a great team on paper. It's just how the coaching adjusts that somehow conflicts. Like they're not a bad team. It's just the coaching has to change. Like Dan Lanning, like he's a decent coach for us. Like it's just like how they connect on all cylinders on offense. Because at the end of the day, defense is what's going to help out your offense get their offense off the field. So hopefully this year, like I'm praying they get like 10 wins, 11 wins, and they try to make it to college. Like they at least be in the running for like a New Year's Six bowl. But until they show me that they can play all 4 quarters, I can't see them. Like I can't give them playoff hopes right now. I can see New Year's Six at most.
Alec, we're gonna monitor you all this season just to see your levels of just is he gonna get
like I don't get my hopes up. Like everybody's like, oh, they're in the top 4. I'm like, just give it time. Coaching just gives them like it's like if you look at coaching every year, they I want to say, how can I explain this in a way to dumb it down? Like imagine North Carolina, right? Going like getting close every year, like they're itching towards it, and then it just blows up. And you see that year in, year out, year in, year out. You would feel the same way.
The years and years where we'd go to the Ohio State game undefeated and be like, this might be the year, and then we lose by 40 points. I feel that.
If you see the same thing every year and it's like adjustments never happen, you gotta think. Like I feel like this year. Like this is gonna be a bold statement before the season starts. If they don't make the Pac-12 championship, Dan Lanning's out. The whole offensive.
I disagree with that.
Wow. If not head coach, the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator is out. They're gonna clean house on the coordinators. Because
but this is the thing. You could be 11-1 and miss out on the Pac-12 championship game on a tiebreaker.
Yeah,
nothing's getting switch then.
But so here's the thing. Might switch it not because of them losing, but because to try to get somebody that's more like Big Ten ready, like Cardinals running, good defense, that type of thing.
Because once you leave Pac-12 play, Big Ten's a different kind of animal, and you gotta prepare for that. That's why I see like them at least firing somebody, because once they go to the Big Ten, you gotta play teams like Penn State, you gotta play Michigan, Ohio State. Yeah, we beat Ohio State.
They're different.
Like, we beat Ohio State in the shoe, but there's other teams in that. You got to go into the big house. That's a whole, like, if you one goes into the big house, like everybody can say, oh, it's a stadium. I want you to physically go to the big house and see the atmosphere. It's a whole, like, talk about home field advantage. Yeah. The big house has it.
That's why that time of the year, too.
That's why I want to see how. With the offseason, like I told you before the show, they threw away both offensive playbook, defensive playbook. They threw all that out the window. Once they got to the Big Ten, like they got the Big Ten nod, they cleaned house on all the playbooks. They changed it to adjust to Big Ten offense and Big Ten defense and how they're going to adjust. So I want to see how they make that adjustment. And with all this type of Bo Nix, I want to see how that relates. I'm hoping it's a good year. I see about 8-9 wins out of them. But I want to see them make that extra step, like play all 4 quarters. Don't let once you put the foot on the gas, keep it there. Don't pump the brakes and just think, oh yeah, we have a 20-point lead. We're just going to coast, because any team can come back from that college football. That's the one thing different in the NFL, that no lead is safe in college football. Anybody can come back from 30-point lead, a 24-point lead.
I mean, you guys remember that, I think it was UCLA and A&M game a few years back, Josh Rosen with that massive comeback?
Yeah.
Like, no lead is safe in college football.
There's a lot.
So I'm not. This is the first year I'm going to put my faith in them to at least make a New Year's Six bowl.
I respect
at
that.
least because
I got
at that
them at
case,
least that part.
because in that situation you would be playing a Big Ten team most likely, theoretically, and then that opens a door on how that playbook that they made reflects.
They'd probably steer you away from a Big Ten team just because that matchup next year. I can see them putting like SEC, ACC, something like that.
And then that's even better. Like that again, like
yes again.
That will translate on how they play against Power 5.
Be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm saying it right now. North Carolina, Oregon, happening again this year in the bowl.
This time in the New Year's Six bowl. Yeah,
let's go. I'm down with it.
And I'm ready for it.
We might have to go to that, man. We have to figure that thing out.
I'm all for that. Because with this team, offensive players wise, they could do it. I just want to see them do it all 4 quarters. Like they did everything in transfer portal. They brought all their recruits that they got from 2 years ago. They're now making their start. All the 5-star recruits we got 2 years ago, they're now making their start. And I want to see how this team goes. Like I see them making a New Year's Six bowl. Like that's like my mid-tier playoffs. That's what I'm hoping for. Like to make the top 4 again. Like I want to see that, but they have to prove it to me that they actually want to make it there and actually come in clutch towards the final 4 games.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Real quick, my CFP: Georgia 1, Michigan 2. Number 3 is Penn State. Number 4 is LSU. 1 and 4 play. Georgia wins. It's going to be Georgia, Michigan, and Natty. Michigan is going to win. I'm not going to sit here and say Georgia. I wish my man could have been on here to see that, but it is what it is. I got Michigan getting over the hump finally, but Georgia's still going to steamroll everybody up to that point. Florida's winning it? Is that what you said?
Well, I forgot I was beating. He said Penn State. He said the secret Buccaneer word.
Telling you, get him in there. Get him in the